Santa Maria PD illegally stopped and detained an auditor simply for filming a government building. The officer and the sergeant tried to coerce ID by justifying the detention on grounds of reconnaissance and for acting weird. Watch as the auditor stood his ground, dismantled the cops' legal arguments, and forced 4 officers to concede defeat.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Great, thank you.
So Juvenile Hall wanted to know why you're videotaping their phone.
Just gathering content for a little story I'm working on.
Is that for like school or something?
I have a blog and such.
Okay, do you have ID on you?
I prefer not to identify.
I'd like to see it. You're required by law to give me your ID.
Actually, unless I've been suspected of committing a crime, I'm not required to.
You're filming a government building.
From a public sidewalk,
Right, that's
which is
fine.
perfectly legal.
Right, I have the right to detain you, and you're required to identify yourself.
Well,
You're not being charged with anything?
I understand that, officer, but I do understand California law. Unless you have reasonable suspicion that I've actually committed a crime, filming a government building from a public sidewalk, which is protected by the First Amendment, is not a crime.
No, but I have the right to detain you to figure out what's going on, okay? You're addressed in all PDUs, you got a video camera, 2 video cameras, okay? If no crime is committed, then no big deal. But I do have the right to identify you. You are required to give me your ID.
No, I'm not. Unless you have reasonable suspicion that I've actually committed a crime, I'm not required to identify myself.
Yes,
No, I'm
you're
not.
being detained.
Hey, officer, what am I being detained
For
for?
suspicion of why you're dressed and acting all weird in front of me.
Well, suspicion is not a crime.
Right, it's not probable cause. It's reasonable suspicion to detain you to investigate what's going on.
And I just told you what's going on. Well, officer, at this point, I'd like to speak to a supervisor, so I would ask that you call a sergeant out here.
Absolutely. Item 53, is there a field sergeant needed or something?
How you doing, dude?
Hi, how you doing, sir?
What's going on today?
Just gathering content for a little story.
What?
Just gathering content, like B-roll, for a little story I'm doing.
Oh, what's the story on?
It's just for a blog I write.
Or something like that?
I'd rather not say it this time, because it's not published yet, so, just getting some B-roll.
Whatever.
Okay.
Hey, but you understand why we came out here?
I understand.
Okay. You think it's a little weird that you're out here filming Juvenile Hall?
Well, I've been on the public sidewalk the whole time.
No, that's
I
fine.
haven't gone
Not
on
saying-
any
not saying
restricted
anything
areas.
wrong with that. But we just want to make sure that you're not coming out here trying to snoop around and do something. Because people tend to do reconnaissance, you know?
Yeah.
You want to talk to the sergeant, I take it?
Yeah, because like the other officer, she asked for my ID. I respectfully declined because I know what my rights are. Unless there's reasonable suspicion that a crime has actually been committed, I'm not required to identify myself. So the other officer here is suggesting that she has the right to ID me. I'm saying no. So at this point, I think it would be best to have a supervisor come out and we can clarify all this.
That's fine.
Okay.